Take care of your homies. Make sure you support the young people coming up in the game. We'll catch you guys on the other side. It's your boy Ricky Rick. If you never hear from me again, I love you. God bless you. Good night.
Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the broadcast. For those who are coming through for the first time, you are more than welcome. Those who are coming back, it's good that you're back. I'm happy you're all here. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It does go a long way. Guys, today I'm going to talk about DJ Shimza. DJ Shimza is trending this morning. This is due to one thing that happened. Minister Mthethwa, the Minister of Arts and Culture in South Africa, yesterday posted a tweet. This tweet read, "Earlier today, we were at Kgosi Mampuru Museum in Tshwane, in the Gauteng province, to officially launch Human Rights Month. As an integral part of our program, we embarked on a tour of the Kgosi Mampuru Gallows Museum, a national heritage site." With the tweet came the pictures of these ropes where people used to be hanged. And Shimza responded to this tweet by posting the timing with a broken heart emoji, read the effing room. Also, Julius Malema commented, "Yebana, not today." I don't know if most of you will be familiar with the term Hebana. It's a similar term as saying what the heck, or what the hell. You know, even though it's not a direct translation, it's a term used in a similar way. It's like saying man, I guess. So I want to talk about this. Let's dive into this topic, right? Because Shimza now is being attacked on Twitter. People mentioning that the minister can't do his work on this day because your friend died. If somebody gets shot on Youth Day, does that mean the minister mustn't do their work because your friend got shot and died on June 16? Now the minister mustn't do his work. Obviously, Julius Malema commented as well. I mean, I read this comment. People are coming after Shimza. And I remember one person saying that you all don't like Shimza. And to me, that is quite interesting, right? Because number one, Shimza there has been a lot of allegations when it comes to him with his affiliation with the ANC government and tender and corrupt money and so forth. He's not a very popular DJ because of his affiliations. And I don't know to what extent they go, but people are alleging that he's getting illegal tenders because of his affiliation with the ruling party. And I think that's where this comes from. So, did he have a point? What were his motives? Maybe those are the questions we should ask. I'm asking myself, what were his motives? But did he have a point? Does it matter what his motives are? Maybe it does to some extent, but the truth is the truth. The truth is separate from everything else. You know, you may know the intentions of the person since you can read minds, but the truth remains the truth. On the day the Minister of Arts and Culture is posting this tweet, Ricky Rick was being buried. And just to give you a background, Ricky Rick was being buried on the same day. And the Minister of Sports and Culture is carrying on with his duties on this day. And he happens to post images of these ropes where people hang themselves. And ironically, Ricky's death was due to suicide and he hung himself. So perhaps that's a reason Shimza posted, and Julius Malema, the leader of the opposition party to the ANC where Minister Mthethwa belongs, obviously he's going to comment because his job is to expose and to hold them accountable. So what are their motives? I don't know. Do they do that because they care about Ricky Rick? Or was Shimza, who knows is not very popular with people, found an opportunity to attack the government to cleanse his name because he's been criticized for his affiliation with the government? I mean, you guys can share your thoughts on the comment section. Was Julius Malema commenting because he cares about Ricky Rick, or he just wanted to be relevant and to expose the ruling party once more and gain points with the public? I mean, those are the thoughts. But I want to talk about the arts and culture. I want to talk about the Department of Arts and Culture. Was this an oversight from the minister? Was it one of those things that in your career you will make a blunder? Or is just telling of the state of our government? The Minister of Sports and Culture is posting something like this on a day where the biggest thing in the arts and culture at the moment is the death of Ricky Rick. Is he even present? Is he even aware? Why would he do that on a day where Ricky Rick is being buried? And Ricky Rick is the most talked about thing currently in the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. Are they even relevant, these ministers? Or they are so old and primitive that they belong in museums themselves? That is why you'd find them in a museum on a day like this. One would argue that it's probably because the minister was not invited to the funeral. Let's talk about that for a second. Remember the things that Ricky kept on saying about the government. He was really not happy with the government. He was really complaining about the state of affairs in our government. So he's not really popular in those circles. He probably didn't go because he knew that he was probably going to get a bashing there because of the things that Ricky used to say about the government. I mean, today is not Human Rights Day. It's Human Rights. They're celebrating Human Rights Month. Surely they could have postponed that. Or maybe if they really wanted to go, he could have gone and posted this the following day. But nobody's perfect, right? We cannot judge him harshly for an oversight. But it does remain an oversight. It's something that was not wise to do on a day like this. So I want to talk about the mandate of the Department of Arts and Culture. What is their mission? What is their job? Why is there a Minister of Arts and Culture? Why is the Department of Arts and Culture? So it goes, the overview. The mission of the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, in short, DSAC, is to transform the delivery of sports, arts and culture by ensuring equitable access, however you say it, development and excellence at all levels of participation, and to harness the socio-economic contributions that can create a better life for all South Africans. Now, guys, let's talk about this. He's at a museum when something is happening. What are museums for? Talking about the past so that people know the past. Is that a bad thing? Not at all. It's very important. In order to move forward, you have to know where you come from. But it's interesting that he's at a museum at a time something is happening. There's something happening on the cutting edge of the arts and culture. That's why it says arts and culture. You see, culture in this instance is twofold, right? It speaks of where we come from, and it speaks of the developing culture of South Africans and music, entertainment, dance, history. Something is happening in the culture of music, arts, and culture. The culture at the moment, everybody is talking about Ricky Rick's passing. That is the cutting edge of what's happening in the arts and culture. And he is at a museum. That to me is interesting because there are old people. The country is governed by old people who fought for struggle, old people who were there during the times of this and this. When Nelson Mandela came through, we were there. But it's a progressive movement. They must build museums and we must know our history. But where is progression? Where is the development? And I'm quoting their mission. Where is the transformation? Where is the excellence? Where is the socio-economic contribution from their side? And mind you, transformation is not just removing white people. Transformation is taking people from the rural areas and exposing them. Transformation is finding untapped talent, raw talent, and putting it on the mainstream platform. They are not doing that. Again, one may argue, but they are, because there are events where they take unknown artists and make them perform. Now tell me, taking an artist who's not known and putting him on one event, what happens for the rest of the year? How have you changed that guy's life? How have you changed that lady's life? Where is the plan that says, I'm going to take this artist from point A to point B? Where is the plan for that artist that says it just doesn't take singing on a platform to change an artist's life? There needs to be airplay. There needs to be endorsements. All the other things that people are getting. Where is that for those artists? Where is the plan to put them there? They go to institutions that already exist. The culture of old things. Even there, it's manifesting, because the only interest they have is to go on institutions. They're busy with the rugby, the cricket, institutions that already exist. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be there fixing things, but that's the only thing they're focusing on. But what about the talent in the rural areas? What about the talent in the townships? What about untapped talent? What about the fact that music is not being played on radios unless you pay? What about the fact that there is no protection of artists from exploitation? What about those things that are in your face? You're not doing anything about those things. Every day you hear of artists being exploited. Every day you hear that there's payola. Every day that you hear that there's gatekeepers in the music industry. What have you done about that? Money was stolen during COVID for the fund for arts and culture. What are you doing about that? We want to hear the report. We want to know. They will answer, we do have a plan for development. Okay? You have a plan for development, right? Are you working on the plan? Just now, they're banning halls. Just now, they're building stadiums and claiming the stadiums are millions and millions of rands, where you can clearly see the stadiums are not. So how can you say that things are being implemented when they are banning halls, where people come and do theater, where people come and sing, choirs sing, stadiums, stealing millions and saying you're building a stadium where you're just putting two stands? We see what Ricky Rick has done. We see how many people he's put on. Ricky Rick has probably put on more people than the Department of Arts and Culture. And that is why the arts and culture should be honoring Ricky on this day, in my opinion. Not talking about the past, talking about the current, talking about the current culture. It's his job to be at the edge of what's happening, while informing us about our past, while ensuring that we don't lose our past, we don't forget where we come from. But they're all stuck in one place, this government. Our government is stuck in one place. This is why they are so irrelevant to what's happening, because they are not aware. I mean, everything to them is a social gathering with their friends, and they invite each other to these events, and they shake hands, and they speak all diplomatic. I'm having this picture of these high tea gatherings, coffee, like some tea and biscuit and cake. I mean, that's the vibe I'm getting with these people. And there are things happening, urgent things. I thought I should talk about this. I'm out.